Welcome to the vlog. I just bought groceries. I came home just a bit too late. My babysitter usually leaves at a very specific time because she has to catch her train. But Romy was already here from school, so I phoned my babysitter and I said, I'm gonna be 10 minutes late, and Romy, watched the twins for about 10 minutes or so. So I had to buy groceries, and I'm gonna try to see if I could just put everything away now. Yes. I am on the mission of like eating very, very healthy again. I have not been eating unhealthily, but the thing is that because of the kids, I always like kept munching on stuff, and I always tell myself now each and every time, it's like, you do not have to finish what they didn't eat. You don't have to eat it. You could just eat, I could just eat whatever I need to eat. So yeah, let me put stuff away. The kitchen was perfectly clean this morning, perfectly clean, but this is exactly how it looks like. This is from lunch. I just made some ground beef with tomato sauce and some corn in it because kids don't eat a lot of kind of vegetables. Corn technically isn't a veggie, it's a grain, but that is better than not eating any. This is also from lunch, and I guess they didn't like it. Well, one of them did eat some. And this is from the breakfast that's left. It's yogurt. And this is, I just went to the meat market. They love this sausage. It's really good. They love this. Yeah, what is going on? Nelly, hi. So he has a pretzel. And I'm going to put some stuff away. And especially I needed diapers. And they didn't have the big pack of the size that I needed. So I had to take 2 small packs. I mean, like, this is... How many are 30? That's a joke, like 30 diapers. It's gonna last me like 3 days or so. And I really want to start potty training. They really don't want to do it, but I think I need to get a book or so where we had a book about potty training, but they just ripped it apart when they were smaller. And so now we can't really read the book anymore about going potty. So size 4, and, I got some whole grain toast. Romy likes cheese sandwich sometimes. I got me an eggplant. I got one last time, and I just let it sit for too long, and I didn't use it, and I was very upset about that. So I'm gonna try to look on maybe TikTok about like recipes. I want to do something new, I got avocados. I got some cream for cooking, and then I got another box full of stuff. So for lunch, I had some romaine lettuce, a chicken breast, some cucumbers on there, and some feta cheese. I think that's all I had on there. And I thawed out some salmon for tomorrow, and I also have some coconut milk. I might want to do some like veggies, stir fry with coconut milk, and then like a curry or something with maybe rice. Yeah. I'm going to make an announcement in a little bit and tell you what it is. It's a big deal to us, and it's actually going to change a lot of things, but let me continue putting stuff away here. Okay, so we have, this is to start a fire because it has gotten so freaking cold, and it's nice to turn on the wood burning oven. Baby spinach, milk. Why am I putting this all way over there? So 4 things of milk, 4 liters, and I have, I don't know, maybe 5 more in the refrigerator because the twins do like to drink whole milk. I got some blueberries, which in the winter actually, these were fairly inexpensive. Ground beef because Romy wants some burgers, and I refuse to buy these ready-made burgers. They I don't know, they don't look good. So just some buns. I was thinking about making brioche buns myself, but the reality is probably during the week I'm not gonna have time. On the weekend I do stuff like that. A couple things of butter. Get some tomatoes for me. No one else in the house likes tomatoes. Got some pistachios to munch on. I love nuts and pistachios. Some more Greek style yogurt. I got cashews. I got frozen strawberries. I like making smoothies. Romy likes the strawberry smoothie. And actually, Emil and Lola drank that too, a little bit. I give them a little glass and they actually like it. Since there are no fresh strawberries here in, in the winter. I mean, you could buy them, but that's ridiculous, right? I mean, where did they come from? This is the kind of cheese they like. It has little animals printed on it, so the kids like that. And there's my coconut milk, and I got some ready-made fries for the kids, just whenever I'm like quick snack or something. So like these waffle fries. And yeah, and this is pretty much Romy's ramen. Lots of ramen. Romy likes ramen and these kind of chips, snacks. This is some more sausage for sandwiches. A lot of ramen and a lot of snack stuff for Romy. Oh, no. Okay, well, she did eat. And more chicken breasts for me. So I'm gonna make sure I get good protein. So chicken breast and salmon and beans, legumes, like anything like chickpeas and beans and stuff like that. It's good protein, right? Okay, they're playing with their Duplos over there. I'm going to attempt to talk. I actually, in order to keep the house a little less messy, I have made myself like a schedule. Let's see if that's realistic, because the truth is, the reason why it's a lot of times a mess, it's not that I'm not organized or that I don't clean, it's just that I just don't have any more capacity. I literally clean all the time, but just looking after little ones, 2 toddlers, no, she gets too wild, no, Lola, no, don't chase her. And then, no. I just don't have capacity. So I made myself a schedule, like apart from, of course, keeping just the regular, like keeping the kitchen clean and making sure that before I go to bed, everything is picked up here in the living room and the kitchen is halfway decent and like the counters are clean. I made myself a schedule where like on Mondays and Tuesdays, I work until 4 p.m. and on Wednesdays until 6 p.m. So on Wednesdays, I'm not really getting anything done. Maybe it's just something little. So, for example, I made myself something like, okay, one day I'm just gonna clean the toilets. Just the 2 toilets, nothing else, just the toilet. Not an entire bathroom, because that would be unrealistic during the week. Like on the weekend, I can do more cleaning, but not during the week. And then, the weekend is like for bathroom and like all the bedding and like washing the bedding and like all that stuff. And I have one day designated for kids room, which only really means I'm picking up toys. I'm maybe doing a quick dusting and vacuum, if that. And maybe it doesn't have to be every single week where I just dust and vacuum. Let's just be realistic here. It's just me. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Oh, no. They're oh. What is up? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. They're too wild with the doggy sometimes. They're too wild and then they hurt her. And yeah. So here's first of all, I've right now the way I feel about vlogging is like I will not like have like a day where it's like I will vlog. I don't know. I'm not gonna commit to like this is when I will vlog. I will do it when I feel like it, when it fits in 2-hour day, because my family always is the priority. And if I need to focus more on them or it doesn't fit into our day, I'm just not gonna vlog. But when I have the feeling like, oh, I guess we could just do this now, or I want something to share, I will just turn on the camera and vlog whenever I feel like doing it, okay? So we're gonna handle it like that. And family always is priority. The camera is never the priority. So here is the deal. We have made a big decision. This is something that I have been thinking about for years. And I wanted to do it a couple times. I was very close. I already was planning out things. This time, it feels like, no. She's getting, like our little doggy. She doesn't hurt anyone, but no. Nelly, no. Fui. She then nibbles on, like she wants to play with the kids. And because Nelly! I have to kind of watch her. She's a small dog. She can't really hurt too much, but she starts kind of pulling their clothes because she thinks like it's a game, because they used to play this game where they had this towel and they were running around with a towel dragging behind them, and then Nelly would just go chase it and, like tug of war it. And now she does the same thing with, with their clothes sometimes. Like she would grab onto the shirt, and I'm like, no, you can't do that, because that's dangerous. They might fall, and also like we don't want to teach her that she grabs people or anything like that. So, but I have to watch that. Okay, she's okay now. She's back there on the stairs. So back to my story here. It's something that I've wanted to do a few times, especially like during COVID. I was so close. Our house here is getting a little small. I've talked about this a few times, like with the kids' rooms. It's not ideal. Like there are a few things I've always been wanting. So let me tell you a little bit about my background, and then I used to have 5 horses. I used to be an equestrian, like way back in time. That's a long time ago. I did a lot of farming with my dad. We took care of all the horses. Like 3 of them were at my house. And we had the stables, the horse, and like a bunch of land around, like. And that's something that is like I was always. I'm not a city person. I have lived in the city, but it's not for me. I could live in the city for a while, just because it's kind of cool and you're in the middle of everything. But that is not the lifestyle I crave, especially with children now. I have been craving space, and like really more than anything, like we have a nice yard for German, in Germany here. This is nice. A lot of people don't have a yard our size. A lot of people don't have no yard at all. And even the fact that we have our own house, it's a half of a house. It's like a duplex. It's like, but that's already a lot here. And a lot of people don't have their own houses here because it's very expensive. So basically, the dream house that I would want here, and it's nothing fancy, would be like €1 million, which is a little over $1 million. And that's nothing fancy. It's just maybe not even like, maybe 2,000 square feet, not even below 2,000 square feet. And that is with a yard that's still kind of small. That is not a big lot at all. So we are moving to the States. But the timeline is going to be a long time coming, because it's not anything I can do overnight. Number 1, I am a German citizen. I used to have a green card because I was married to an American a long time ago. I got married when I was 20 years old. We were married for 12 years. And I got back. We separated in 2004, and in 2005 I came back to Germany. That's when I left Texas, the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I've been wanting to, like, it's kind of my second home. So we are going back there, Dallas-Fort Worth area. That's the plan. But since I am a German citizen, I no longer have a green card. I used to have a green card. I had to give it back, or give up my status as a permanent resident, because I just wasn't there anymore. I live here now. So I'm going to have to apply for another green card on the grounds of which I have really good chances of getting it, because I own a business. I also already employ one person who lives in the United States. So I have I'm creating workplaces, possibly more in the future. My business is thriving, my business is growing, and on those grounds, I can get a green card. I'm going to try to apply for the EB2 NRW. That's just the name of that visa, which then leads to a green card. And my children automatically, if I am approved, they will automatically be approved as dependents. Now, because of that, it's gonna be summer 2026. Next year, so here's the timeline. I wanna have another baby, so this year is going to be the year of attempting the embryo transfer. One, and if it doesn't work, we're gonna try a second time. And then if everything works out, let me see, this is kind of hard behind me here. If everything works out, it's starting to get dark already, it's just barely 5 o'clock. Then if I do get pregnant this year, 2025 is when I'm gonna have a baby. So that's not a time when I'm gonna move. So I'm going to wait till the year after, and that is until, like, that's when Romy will have finished 8th grade. And now let me tell you a little bit about the reasons, like, why did I come to this decision? Number one, the space thing. I want to be out in the country. I would love, my perfect scenario would be to be close to Dallas-Fort Worth area, to where, you know, there's an international airport, to within a reasonable amount of time. Oh, look at that. He was like doing this and she sat down. Wow. Maybe he's gonna be a good dog trainer. Where was I? Sorry, I'm getting so sidetracked. Oh, I'm tired because they woke me up like 4 times last night. Yeah, the land and the Dallas-Fort Worth area, out of the city, but close enough. But I want to have like an acre or so. Not anything gigantic, because, I mean, like, how am I supposed to take care of everything, right? That's a lot of work too. But at least like a good sized piece of land, like an acre or so. And with a house that is nice, where each child has a bedroom. So we're gonna actually need 5 bedrooms, because if everything goes well, then we're gonna have 4 children and me. And now here comes the thing. You're like, what about their dad? Now, you know the story. Those of you who have not heard my story, we have kind of like this agreement. We are friends. Romy's dad and I, like, Romy is our biological child. We couldn't manage like actually being a couple and being together, but we are friends as much, like, we are like the parents, right? And we get along. It's like, we're not lovey-dovey, and like we know each other. It's like 15 years, right? So it's peaceful. It is to where, you know, everything is like, we agree, like, I take care of everything. I pay for everything because he doesn't make any money. And I take care of everything, so, but he occasionally helps me. But basically I do everything by myself. He is, on the birth certificates, he is officially their, like, even the twins' father. And even with a new embryo transfer, he said that he will support me. And he will sign if it has to. Because in Poland, you don't have to be married, but they only do transfers, not for singles, but for couples. So he is the father, we are a couple then officially, right? And we are the parents. We are together for the kids. But he doesn't live here. He has never lived here. And he will not live here. Baby, what's going on? Look, he's sitting in this thing. Did you fall? I don't think anything bad happened. No, it's okay. You wanna come to mommy? Come on. Okay, sit on my lap. It's okay. It's okay. Come on. So, I don't know. I asked him, so, because he has been talking about like, we should go to the States. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And this time I said, I really want to do it. And he's all for it. He's totally for it. This time he's like, yeah, this makes sense. Because there are a lot of reasons why it makes sense for me. I don't know if he's on board, if he wants to come along. Then we would probably have to get a situation to where the house is big enough to where either maybe there's a guest house where he can stay. He doesn't need a lot of space. He lives in kind of, that's a whole other story where he lives now. He has a big house, but he kind of has it like, I would never live there. It's like, I don't want to judge that. He likes the way he lives, and that's all that matters. If that works for him, that's fine. But if he's gonna come along or not, I don't know. But he can't, like, we are not married, so I don't know how he would get a green card. But the thing is, if we live in the United States, here are the things. Number one, I also have, number one was the space and living out there and having a house that's a little bigger, where we have bedrooms for everyone. That's not gonna cost $1 million. The next thing is actually, I have the freedom to decide if I want to homeschool my children, which is something I've always wanted to, I've desired to do. Romy had a really hard time in elementary school, not because of the academics, but because of the whole, like, she was bullied and stuff, and she's had a really hard time and some horrible things, horrible thoughts that she had that were just not healthy at all. I think she's in a better place now because she has a nice friend, but the school here is just not. And then, like, I just want to have that freedom to say, you know what, this year we're going to travel, and we're going to, like, I potentially, if we do homeschooling, we could travel whenever we want, and we could come to Germany for a couple months every summer, which now is not possible. Here in Germany, they're out for school, like, they're out of school for 6 weeks in the summer, and you have to go, like, that's when you can do, that's the only time we really can do much. So, what are you doing? He's like, his foot. It's like, so yeah, homeschooling is something that we could do. It's optional. It's not, but I'm allowed to do it. And the next thing is taxes. My business is growing, and it's absolute insanity right now how much I'm paying in taxes, like percentage wise. It's like up to 50 or 60%. Now Texas doesn't have a state income tax as far as I know, and there are calculators to calculate like how much tax would I pay on an income of XYZ, like income tax wise, and it is like with where I'm going, what I'm making, it's like half the taxes that I would be paying here. Plus I could do an LLC, so I'm not personally liable, because right now in Germany here, it's like I'm personally liable. And it's a whole other story of like how I organize my business. Also, almost my entire, like the majority of my audience, even for my main thing that I do with the singing tutorials and singing teaching, most of my audience is in the United States. So like whenever I do live streams and any training sessions, the timing is always a little difficult here, because ideally it would be like nighttime here. And if I live in the States, that's gonna make a lot more sense. I could also do like in-person things that then it just would make more sense. I also have a lot of friends, and in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I have still connections with the music world there, so I could potentially already have like have some gigs lined up and stuff. It's also cheaper to hire a babysitter there, and I also have family in the States, not in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but like extended family, cousins and and kids of cousins, but I know them quite well. I've visited them a few times, and they have come here in Germany. Like, we're like kind of a German-American family, even before I was married to my ex-husband, because my aunt, she married an American, and then like her son also married a German. They lived in the States, like back and forth, Germany and States, and it's all like kind of this German-American family thing going on. And so that would be kind of nice to, even if it's not close, but in the States, it's easy enough to catch a flight, like to go from Dallas to DC. And that would be kind of nice because, my cousin's daughter, she has kids. They're about their age. Like she has one that's, I think, 2 or 3 or like 3 or 4 now. And then she just had another baby. That'd be kind of nice. And my heart I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And it doesn't mean we never, ever, ever come back to Germany. It's not like there's no return ever. It's just something I'm going to do now. And it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of preparation. And that's why I'm giving myself this 2.5 years timeline. I want to document this journey, like with my visa and all the things that go on. There's a lot of stuff that goes on, and we're going to ship a lot of the stuff. I decided we probably will sell this house here because even if we do come back, this is too small anyway. And if I have a house in Germany, like it's complicated because then I still have to pay taxes here, like for the house, if I rent it out. It's all complicated and a lot of paperwork. And I just don't see that it's worth it. If I sell this house, I have really good equity. I have probably 200,000 euros equity in this house. And on top of that, I have saved up pretty good money already. So, and between now and the time we want to leave, we are going to have a large down payment toward a nice house. And I feel like that right now, it's just, Romy is completely on board. She is absolutely excited. She loves everything that is American. I took her to the States. It's been a few years. She speaks really good English. So I think it'll be good. So these are the big news. And I'm going to continue to just document whatever, if I take any action toward this. So the first thing is I got to get started on this paperwork for all the visa stuff, although not really. It's like right now, the first priority this year is really the embryo transfer among, of course, my business and taking that to the next level, always, of course. Getting pregnant and next year having another baby. And my team is really amazing, like for my business. I'm very confident that we can make it to where everything goes smoothly with the business, even if I have another baby. I have an amazing babysitter now. If we keep her, it'll be great. Okay. I'm just so excited. I'm very excited about everything. About having another baby. If it doesn't work out, we move to the States. We might foster parent a child and maybe do foster to adoption if, wherever God leads us. There's not a right or wrong. I just do what I do and then the doors open or don't. That's how I look at it. I'm never anxious about decisions. It's like the doors will open or not. And if they don't, it was meant to be. I'll take a different path. And there are usually more paths that lead somewhere, more than one. Okay, I'm wrapping it up. I mean, look at this boy. Isn't that a sweet boy? I mean, I think he is beautiful. I mean, that little girl over there too, and that little girl upstairs. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm so in love with them.
Bless.
Wow, bubbles. Bubbles. Yeah. All right. Be blessed, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.